Department of Education. Should it stand? Should it stay? Or should it go? Look at this picture of a schoolhouse from back in the day. Man, that is just amazing. Well, looky here. I thought I should just get a little bit of educated on all of this Department of Education because Elon Musk and them shut the doors. Maxine Waters is standing outside demanding to be let in. What are they afraid of? So these people are in there to assess the situation. Where is the waste going? That sounds logical to me because apparently the Department of Education gets billions of dollars a year in the United States. And our children are dumber than dirt. I heard a stat a while back that kids who graduate, go to college, and then go get a job end up getting fired from their job or leaving their job because they can't do their job. And I don't know when it came along where they were just pushing kids along. I'm sure a lot of you older folks out there remember when this started to happen, where all of a sudden all the kids are a winner. Remember when you didn't get picked for the team? There was always like a couple of kids left. But no, now, what, the last 25 years, they're all winners. No, everybody is not a winner. Everybody cannot hit a home run. Not everybody could be a professional baseball player or whatever the case may be, or a scientist or a biologist or a lawyer or a doctor. No, we're all different. But looky here. This answered a lot of my questions. The modern U.S. Department of Education was established by President Jimmy Carter. Right there should tell you that was doomed from the start. Jimmy Carter signed this into law in October 1979. I guess we were chucking along. Now, put something in perspective. Now, if you read down a little bit further, and I'll link this article in the description because I won't read it all. It goes into why it was established and all of this stuff, and during the Civil War and after the Civil War and all of this kind of stuff. It's kind of interesting, and if you're interested in it, so this guy, an abolitionist at the Civil War in Ohio, he established it. Right? And what year was that? 1867. And then it was taken away. Okay, however, the first federal education department, though short-lived, was created over a century earlier, 1867. So for 111 years, America went chucking along, chucking along, building railroads, building the United States. And kids weren't going to school. There were schoolhouses everywhere. Somebody was being educated, right? Somebody's being educated. So for 111 years, we didn't spend billions upon billions of trillions of dollars on education. So what happened? This system is created by Jimmy Carter, which should just scare everybody like, okay, there is a problem. And if you read on, Ronald Reagan tried to dismantle it in 1981. Now, it was established in 79, but it went into action in 1980. And here comes along Reagan. He wins the election. In 1981, he tries to dismantle it. Now, it didn't go into detail, so maybe I need to do a little more research on why did he want to dismantle it. Maybe he was seeing some waste and the government dipping their hands into what you should learn and what you should not learn. And that's a problem, too, that you should think about. If the government is funding money for these schools, then they have a say in what you're learning and what you can't learn. I agree with Trump and others that it should go into the hands of the states and let them decide. Let the states decide. Let the parents decide what school their kid can go to. We need to stop this nonsense. And these teachers having tenure. Somebody was telling me I don't know if it was last week or a week or two ago, they were saying like I forgot what state it was. I'm always having a brain fart. There's a state that's saying that these teachers, some teach to become a teacher, you don't have to take certain tests now. They're dumbing down the teachers. I mean, this is I don't know if this is done by design, but this is done on purpose, or these are just legitimately stupid people that have been running the Department of Education all these years since 1980. And I guess in the big scheme of things, guys, 1980 wasn't that long ago. In the big scheme of things, it wasn't. It's not. It's not that long ago. But look how far we have fallen as far as the stats go on where we land in the education of the world and where our children fall into mathematics, reading. It's insane. It's insane. Booyah. We are ranked 13 out of the whole entire world in education, which is absurd. We're the most powerful country in the world. Everybody wants to come here for a better life, to bring their children, to bring their family, because it's the land of opportunity. And here we are, number 13. And why is this, people? How can this be? Maxine Waters is out protesting. Let us in here. Why are these people taking this stuff, this sensitive information? Because Elon Musk and Doge wants to find out where is the money going, because it certainly is not going to the education. When you have these inner city schools complain that they don't have resources, why? When there's billions of dollars being sucked into this entity, but yet you have a school that's struggling? Why? I don't understand it. Please, somebody explain it to me. So Doge wants to get in there and see where is this money going? Who is somebody pocketing this money? You know what? Whenever there's power, there's corruption. That's just a given. That's just a given. I'm wondering if these people are being paid to stand out there and protest when they lock them doors and wouldn't let people in. So why would you be against this? If you look at the stats, look at where education has gone. Look at what they did during the woke rise, the rise of the wokeness. What they were letting drag queens go and read to our children. They had books in the library for elementary kids that were inappropriate. Parent tried to was saying, "Okay, I'm going to come read this to you in some of those meetings," and they're like, "Oh, you can't read that. That's inappropriate." But you're going to let your little 10-year-old go read how two guys get it on. It's insanity, and this is the Department of Education that did this. They took books away, guys. They don't make books no more. They want to rewrite history or take history out. They don't want to teach that. When I got Justin, he didn't know why we celebrated the 4th of July. But he was going into the what? The second grade? He should have known that. I had to teach him all this stuff at home. I had to teach him about the Revolutionary War. Who is George Washington? Just some basic stuff. Some basic stuff. They've gotten away from this. There's no books. They're not reading. They got their face in a laptop. And these laptops have access to the internet, by the way. Yeah, they do. And you don't think that the temptation is so great that they're just going to go explore and not be doing their work? I don't know whose bright idea it was to put this kind of technology into a child's hands. Now, I'm not opposed to having a computer class, and then when they go to the class, the computer's in the class. Not to take home and keep with them 24 hours a day. They should have books in their hands. They should be reading, writing, actually learning something. Justin has a hard time reading cursive. Now he can write his name in cursive, but he needs to practice. I said, you need to practice more reading in cursive. Heck, the Constitution is written in cursive. They stopped teaching cursive. I remember 30 years ago when my oldest son was in school and the teacher pulled me to the side. I used to go and volunteer a couple times a week to help in the classroom, and boy, were they grateful. That's insane too. They had two teachers that would one of them would, I don't know, they'd trade off or whatever, but two teachers. This was out in California, by the way, at the time. If I come in late, they're like, "Oh, we didn't think you were coming," because they needed me to go print off ditto sheets. No books, ditto sheets. And she pulled me to the side and said, "I need you to help me with these kids." There was like 3 or 4 kids who were having problems learning basic spelling words, the 3-letter words that they were learning. And she said, "Oh, and we do not teach phonics." So and I was like, "What?" Like, "What?" I had already been teaching my son phonics even before he went to school. I was teaching him how to sound stuff out. But anyway, so she hands me this thing and it's got pictures. So relate the picture to the word, and they were teaching memorization. I think my opinion was memorization is fine because when you're studying for a test, you're having to memorize and absorb the what you're reading. At least that's how I did it back in the day. I don't know. But memorization combined with phonics, boy, you're good to go. You are good to go, but I don't know. These kids were struggling. But anyway, that was 30 years ago. Do you people really think that the Department of Education should stand and keep continuing to do what they do? I went on to read this article. Like I said, I'll link it in the description. That it was just a handful of people. They demoted it to a little office because they didn't want it, right? And it sat that way for 111 years. And then now in 1980, here we are today since 1980, and it's sunk billions, billions into the education system. And we just got a bunch of dumb snowflakes because we allowed the libtards to take over. Maybe it's just not the Department of Education per se, it's what they made it. It's they went in there and maybe nobody's overseeing them. I don't know. I'm just thinking out of the box here. Maybe nobody's been overseeing them all this time. And we just all go about our business and we're complacent because we have kids, we have jobs, we have lives, and we're busy. And then we wake up and realize, what the hell has the school been doing? Like it slowly chipped away. It just slowly, slowly, slowly just chipping this away, chipping that away, slipping this in, slipping that in, taking Christianity out. I remember when I was a kid, we would say a prayer in the morning, and then we would pledge allegiance to the flag. There was nothing wrong with that. And then they moved it to a moment of silence. And then I guess that was too much for the libtards to swallow. No, they don't need no moment of silence. But God forbid a Muslim kid comes in and they're going to bend over backwards to let him go pray 15 minutes several times a day and point to the east or west or whichever way he points. But you get my point. So Christians, the country's founded on Christianity, and you can't have a moment of silence in the morning at school? But you're going to bend over backwards for somebody else. It's like everything was just turned upside down. And for what? For what? Is there a reason for Trump said the other day, are these people stupid or is there a nefarious I'm I'm just paraphrasing here. Or is there a legitimate reason why you're doing it? Or are you people just stupid? When he was talking about the fires in California and how they shut the water off and then the water's just running off to the ocean, he said, are these people stupid? Apparently, yeah. They want to save some stupid fish. How many people wanted to save that fish? Was there a vote on it? Okay, so we're going to ration everybody's water because we're going to save this fish. And God forbid there's a fire because there's no water going to these hydrants, but we're going to save this fish. Who's on board? Let's go. Let's go hug a tree. It's insane. It's insanity. And this is the Department of Education at its finest. What do you think? Should we keep it? Let things continue to go as they are? Or keep it and restructure it? I mean, Elon Musk is one of the smartest guys on the planet right now. I'd say, well, let's hear what he has to say. I'm not sure if there's nefarious things going on or not. But realistically thinking, the billions of dollars that they've poured into this department that I think has been overrun with some shady, nefarious people with an agenda. Look, I don't think anybody should push a religion on anybody. But what I do think is that across the board, education should be education. Learn history, good or bad history, but the truth about history. Learn science and math. Learn how to read. Bring back phonics. Use memorization with it. I don't care. I'm just saying the bottom line is education should be education. Bring trade stuff back into these schools. Why were all these programs cut all these years? I know you people, y'all, I've heard it too. Oh, they've cut the program. They don't have PE. Or they cut the program. They don't have music classes. So why are they cutting programs? Because the teachers every year want more damn money. Now, look, I know that they should get paid more. Don't misunderstand. The thing is, so the children have to suffer. Being a teacher is a calling. I don't think you're going to be a teacher and become a millionaire. That's just not how it works. I've met people who wanted to be teachers because they loved teaching. It wasn't about the money. Hell, I think police officers should make more money. Look, if we want to get right down to it, look at the salary of the congressman, House of Representatives. Look at these people in government. They're making way more money than a teacher. Now that the teacher kind of, it seems like, okay, the teacher is working for the government in a way, but they shouldn't be. Right? It should be like the post office. It's separate. But obviously there has to be some rules. I get it. I get it. Look, why don't you switch the salaries around? Because these people in Congress and House of Representatives should not be making a lifetime career of politics. They should be in and out. They need to get back to the private sector. This is the problem. This is a big part of the problem. But you get a teacher is usually a teacher for life. I have a friend's, her mother was a teacher for like 35 years. God rest her soul. She's passed away now, but she spent her whole life teaching. She knew since she was a little girl she wanted to be a teacher. And she did it. It's a calling to be a teacher. I don't know what it is with some of these people. I don't understand it. Why they've just twisted things. It's an agenda. It's got to be an agenda. Well, there's my rant. Just wanted to touch base about this. Somebody had called me up and said, "Why haven't you done a video on this?" I said, "Well, I needed a break from politics. I hope y'all have enjoyed. I did a series on Mahjong and solitary, and a lot of them were expert level. Probably 99% of them are on all of the ones that I did, but they're easy. It's not that you have to watch it to watch the game. Somebody asked me, "Oh, it's a game you posted." I was like, "No, it's a relaxing, it's got beautiful music, or one of 'em's got birds and nature crap, and it's just put it on while you're reading a book or you're cleaning the house, and it's just soothing and relaxing, or if you're studying." I have different series on those, but actually I had fun doing it, guys. I had fun doing it. Plus, I was using my brain, and Justin was watching me do it. He's like, "Whoa!" So I set him up an account on the other computer for the Microsoft Solitaire, and he'd come because, "Oh, I just beat an expert free cell," and they're pretty tough, guys. You really have to think and use your brain. So that's a good thing. It got him interested in doing something where you have to have patience, playing those. But look, it, the intent was for I don't know why I have to explain this, but she had called me. She goes, "I saw you posted a game, and I didn't want to watch a game." I was like, "No, it's for relaxing. If you just happen to look at it and want to learn how to play, then that's great too. But it's a relaxing series. It's about the tranquility of the peaceful music that's in these videos for you to just chill and relax." And, again, I enjoyed doing them. I got away from the politics, and then somebody was saying, "Hey, are you going to get back to doing it?" I was like, "Yeah. I mean, I've been told about this several days ago. Like, oh, did you know Maxine Waters was standing outside and she was saying, 'You people work for us. You got to let us in.'" I think a lot of these people could give a damn about your children and their education. If they did, they wouldn't have allowed this woke business to even get a foothold. And why should anybody oppose? Let me know what you think. Anybody oppose going in and seeing where the waste is? Now, if you're home, all of a sudden you're not being able to make ends meet, and you're like, "Oh, what's going on? Where can I cut the fat? Are we going out to eat too much? Are we driving where we shouldn't be going? We need to make all our trips and combine." Now, we've all had to cut back. I've had to do this many times through my life. Combine all my trips, bank, grocery, all in one trip. Actually, I still do that as I guess because my brain just works that way. I'll take him to school, go here, go there, get all my running around done, and then come home all in because while I'm in a certain area. I think it's just embedded in my brain and I took a management class years ago when I was in my 20s, and a lot of stuff just still stuck. I mean, it's some of it, it's just not rocket science. It's kind of just basic stuff. If any business, it, they have to overhaul. They have to look. Where are we wasting money? Can we improve? Can we have a more efficiency? Now, it's not like the Department of Education has run out of money. They have plenty of money. Where's it going and what for? Because it ain't for books. Justin still has the same computer that he had last year. So don't tell me you spent $1 billion on computers when you're recycling and using the same computer. Because that's what he told me. He said, "Oh, yeah, this computer will be set aside and then they'll reissue it to me and it'll be the same computer. It has all his information in it." So he's got 2 years out of one laptop, and they are Apple products, and I'm sure I don't know about being sure, because most people that buy stuff that sell stuff to the government, selling them a $20 hammer. Why does everybody screw us? Screw us like that. "Oh, the government's got endless amount of money." No, they don't. It's your money. It's the taxpayers' money. There's no such thing as a free lunch. Like everybody was shocked when the stimulus checks were coming out, right? And I said, "Hey," I told my son, I told other people, I was like, "There's something going on here. There's no such thing as a free lunch." And sure enough, come tax time came around, "Oh, you didn't get no money because you just got your taxes early, and that was your little slush there that Biden gave to you. He just gave you your tax money early," and everybody's like, "Oh my God!" Again, people, there's no such thing as a free lunch. There's always somebody's got to pay for something. And the bottom line is, it's we the people who end up paying for it. And there you go.